Hi everyone, welcome back. Due to popular demand, I will now show you how to make these adorable booty turtles. Basically, just get all your supplies. I will make them with medium weight yarn. Get your supplies ready and we'll get started. I will make the shell out of this beautiful blue yarn. I will make the turtle out of this lighter yarn. You'll need some safety eyes and a hook sized perfect for your yarn and some stuffing. So that's pretty much all you need, and maybe a needle to sew in your ends. And that is it. Go ahead and get all your supplies ready and we'll get started. You will begin by making a magic ring. How I like to do it is this way. If you're not sure how to make one, you're welcome to go back to one of my earlier tutorials that will show you exactly how to make the magic ring. Okay, within the magic ring, I will do 8 single crochet. Actually, I'll show you that one more time for those who wanted to see it. I loop around my 2 fingers, I cross it in the back, I go underneath the first loop, grab the second loop, grab my yarn, and pull through. And that's how I do mine. There are other ways of doing it, but this is how I feel most comfortable doing it. 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to pull the ring closed. Go ahead and make yours and meet me back here to start the second round. Again, if you're not sure how to make a single crochet, I do have beginners videos that you can go back and watch my slower video on how to make the single crochet. So I will start by making the 8 single crochets into 16. Basically, I'm doing increases in every one of the stitches. So in order to do an increase, you basically do 2 in each stitch. So I'm grabbing my first stitch, which is right here, pull through, 1, I have to do 1 more to make it an increase, 2. I go to the next stitch. What I like to do, if you've noticed, is I like to crochet my end into my round so that it's not just hanging out and it secures it. So here I go, my second stitch, 1, 2. So that makes 4. So go ahead and finish all of your 8 stitches, and by the time you're done, you should have 16. If not, keep going, or maybe you do too much, then you just take some out. I'll meet you back here when we get to 18. Okay, I want to make a correction. I had said 18 earlier. I started with 8. You increase it. That should be 16, not 18. I apologize for that confusion. So by the time you're done, you should have 16 stitches. Okay, so now we're going to turn 16 into 20. So how you do that is you start with 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then you do 1 increase. So the pattern is 3 single, 1 increase. 1, 2, 3, increase, 1, 2, 3, increase. You are going to do that 3 more times, and by the time you're done, you should have 20. So I'll meet you back at the beginning when you get to 20. Count your stitches to make sure that you have exactly 20 by the time you're done. So 3 singles, 1, 2, 3, and 1 increase. I'll meet you back here when you are at your 20 stitches. Okay, now that you have made your 20 stitches. So you make sure you count 5, 10, 15, 20. You are going to make 3 rounds of 20. So I like to just put a piece of yarn to mark my beginning, and I want to make sure I do it 3 rounds. So single crochets, 3 rounds. 1, 2, 3. So you keep going, 3 rounds of 20. I'll meet you back here when you are ready to move on to the next step. So go ahead and keep going and doing your single crochets in the next 3 rounds. And I'll meet you back here. So I'm at the end of my first 20 round of the 3. I remove my stitch marker and I continue on my second round. And then I'll do another one, so that makes 3 total. I'll meet you back here in a few minutes. Okay, welcome back. I will start making the chin by decreases, okay, by making decreases. 4 single crochets, 1 decrease, 1 single crochet, 4 times, and then 4 single crochets. I'll do that with you so you can watch. Feel free to pause the video anytime if you need to catch up, okay? So I'm going to remove my marker. And here we go. 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then to make a decrease, I usually make 2 single crochets and put them together. Again, I do have a video to show you how to do that as well. So I usually grab the front loop of the 2. 1, 2, and then I pull all 3 loops together. And that's my 1 decrease and a single crochet. 3 loops, pull through, single crochet. That's my second set. I need to do 2 more. Decrease, single crochet, and my last set. Decrease, single crochet, and then I should have 4 left over. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you need to watch that again, you can obviously pause the video, go back, and catch up. Okay, I'm going to do more decreases, So I'm going to move my marker again. This time, you're going to turn that into 12, so you're reducing 4. I will make 4 single crochets, 4 decreases, and then 4 single. So that would give me a total of 12. Here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to make 4 decreases. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're just going to make 4 normal single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we go. See, you notice there's starting to come in a bit. That's where the chin is. This will be a good time for you to add the eyes and stuff the head a bit before we move on to the rest of the body. I will go grab my safety eyes and I will show you where I like to position the eyes, and then I'll continue with the rest of the body. So pause the video, go grab your materials, and come right back. Okay, so here I have placed my safety eyes. My rule of thumb is 5 and 5, so I do the 5th row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I usually put 5 spaces in between. So the size of the eyes don't really matter to me as long as you like it. I've made some with smaller eyes and some with bigger eyes. It really just depends on what you feel like doing. So again, go down the 5th row, starting with the magic ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I started there. And as you know, that's the chin. So I try to like eyeball it so it's, pretty centered. But it doesn't have to be perfect because this is craft. This is crafting and it's okay. So go ahead and play with it a little bit. And then when you're set, put the backing in there to secure it and then stuff it. And then we'll do the neck and then the rest of the body. So I'll meet you back here when you are done playing with the space in the eyes and figure out what you want it. So I have secured the safety eyes and stuffed it gently for right now, and I can continue to stuff as I go. We are going to decrease the 12 stitches down to 8. So how I do that would be, I would do decrease and a single crochet pattern. So I will do a decrease, single crochet, decrease, single crochet, I'm going to do it 2 more times, and then I'll meet you back at the beginning. So I just finished my round. I am down to 8 stitches. I will do 1 round of single crochets to make the neck a little longer. So, and then I'm going to keep stuffing the neck area to extend, to make it firm, or however firm you'd like your toy to be. So I will do 1 single crochet 8 times, and then I will meet you back at the end or the beginning, and then we'll start making the body. So you can pause the video and then come back to me when you are done with your round. Okay? Our little turtle is starting to take shape. Now that you are done with your single round of 8, we will increase it each stitch to go back up to 16. So increase all the way up to the beginning, and you should have 16 altogether. Again, to make an increase, you have to make 2 stitches in 1. So you're doubling it. So the next stitch, 1, 2, 1, 2. So keep increasing till you get to the very end, and I'll meet you back there and we'll do the next step. Okay, now we will increase it to 24. We're going to add 8 more stitches. So how you do it is you start with 1 increase and 1 single crochet. You will do this 8 times. Increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet. So by the time you are done and back at the beginning, you should have 24, and then we'll do another row of increase. I'll meet you back here when you get to the bottom, to the beginning. Okay, ready for the next round. We will increase 8 more stitches to make 32. How I do that would be 1 increase, 2 singles, 1 increase, 2 singles, 1 increase, 2 single crochets, 1 increase, 2 single crochets. So keep doing that till you get to the very beginning. By the time you are done, or after you've done it 8 times, you should have 32. And then we'll start making the little legs and then finish the rest of the turtle. Okay? So go ahead and continue with that pattern. 1 increase, 2 singles, all the way to the very beginning, and you should have 32 by the time you're done. I'll meet you back here. Go ahead and pause the video. I'm at the end of my 32 round. I will start making the round, which includes the legs. So first, go 9 stitches, single crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, I'm sorry. It'll be 12. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. My correction, instead of 9, like I said earlier, it should be 12 because you want it to go all the way to the front of the turtle. Here you will start making the first leg, the bubble stitch. How I do it is I wrap my yarn around, pull through 2, so you should have 2. I like doing it about 4 or 5 times. Now I have 3, only pull through 2. Now I have 4. I like to do it so I have 5. And then this time I will pull through all of them. So that's my first leg. And then to make the other one, I will do 9 stitches in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the other leg will be here. I will do the same thing. Wrap yarn around, go through the stitch, grab it, and only go through 2 of the 3. Do this again. 2, 2, and I'm going to do one more time. This last time I'm going to pull through all 6. And then I go to the next stitch. I will finish the whole round up, and I should be here, which should be 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So it's perfect. So here we go. So I'm going to move my marker and do 2 rounds of 32. And then we'll do the back legs. Okay, so here we go. I will do a single crochet all the way around twice, and then we'll make the legs. So go ahead and do 2 rows of 32, and I'll meet you back here to begin the legs. So he's starting to take shape. Okay, pause the video if you have to. When you get to the leg, don't be afraid to just continue the stitching. You'll see clearly that there are stitches here that you can just go right over. So these are 2, 1, 2. So it's pretty clear. And I just keep going around and around till I get to the beginning again. So that's how you do it. I'm going to start the next round, and I'm going to do the next 2 legs, the back legs. So I found this pattern on Facebook. There are lots of Facebook groups out there that give you free patterns. I don't remember which one I got it from, but I would give credit to Facebook somewhere that I've kind of found this pattern, but I did tweak it a little bit to make it what looks right to me. So I'm going to do 13 to get here about. It's not exact science, but I just want to, you know, go where it looks right to me. So I'm going to do 13 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to make the legs right here, or the first one there. So again, I'm going to do the bubble. Pull through 2, wrap your yarn, pull through 2, wrap your yarn, pull through 2, and then one more. You should have 6 altogether, and then pull through all 6. And then I'm going to do 10, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and let's see. Yep, one more. And then I'm going to make the leg right here. So I'm going to make the bubble stitch right here. My yarn's getting tangled, so I'm going to have to do that. Pull all through all 6, and then I'm going to finish my round. And I'll stop at the end, or the beginning of the next round. I will now begin my decrease from 32 back down to 24. So I'm going to do the opposite of my increase. Basically, I will do a decrease and then 2 singles. 1, 2. Decrease, 2 singles. So by the time you are done and you're back at the end of your round, you should have 24. Okay, so go ahead and continue with your pattern, which is decrease, 2 singles, decrease, 2 singles. I will meet you back here when you are ready to move on to more decreases. Okay, I have just finished my round. I will now decrease it to back down to 16. I'm going to do a decrease and 1 single. So that will be your pattern. So I will do a decrease and then 1 single. So you will do it 8 times till you get back down to 16. 2, 1 decrease, and then 1 single. I will meet you back at the beginning when you are done. Starting to see that turtle shape now, don't you? So, okay, keep going, and I'll meet you back at the next round. Okay, guys, we're almost there. This will be a good time to stuff the turtle to your liking. The last round, we will do increases all the way around. So if we increase 8 times, we should be down back to 8. So 16 going back down to 8. So 1 increase, 2 increase. So go ahead and keep going until you get to the end of your round. And by the time you're done, you should have 8 stitches left over. Basically, where we started. Okay, I'll meet you back here when you're ready. Okay, we are done with that round. You should have 8 stitches left. So this is where I would do a slip stitch and then leave a really long tail so I can like make the booty part, which I'll show you. So go ahead and grab your needle where you can sew or close up the opening and then make the booty part, which would be this part. Okay, so go ahead and cut your yarn and I will show you how to make the booty part. Okay, here we go. I've got my yarn threaded. I'm going to go ahead and close the opening up. Here we go. I'm just going to take the outside loop and I go through every one of them. There should be all 8 all together. You do it however you want, what makes sense to you, but I like doing it this way. After I go through all 8 loops, sometimes go back to the beginning, it doesn't really matter. There's not really a real science to all this, it's just whatever looks right. I pull the string and it closes up the opening real tight, and then I kind of eyeball where I want the booty to start. So I usually do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I usually go up the 7th row, something like that. Okay, and if I don't like how that looks, I can always change it. So I go through the middle, I push the needle through, pull it through, and then I come back and then I pull it tight. So, I mean, there's really I don't really make a big deal out of it. I just do what looks right to me. What you see in the corner of my screen is my little, no, he's not little, it's my golden doodle. He likes to hang out with me and sometimes be be included in the videos. Anyway, so this is what it would look like to me. You do what works for you. I pull it kind of tight, and then with the extra yarn, I fasten it, and I basically make a few knots to make sure it doesn't become loose. That's pretty much it, and that's how I make the turtle part. And then after this, I'm going to cut the yarn, hide it, and then we're going to make the shell. So be ready. Pick out the yarn that you like to use to make the shell. I already have mine ready to go. And then here's the front. I'm just going to go back in there and then hide the yarn. And then cut the ends if I want to, or just keep going until it's all gone. Anyway, I'll see you back here with yarn ready to go for the shell. Here you go, Mr. Turtle's ready. Okay, pause the video and I'll come back with the yarn to make the shell. Okay, here we are going. We're about to start making the shell part of the turtle. So I'm going to make 5 stitches of single crochets, and then I'm just going to keep increasing until it turns into the shell part, and then we'll make straps for the 2 sides, and then we'll finish off from there. What I do is I start by making a chain of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I go back into the second chain and I will do 4 across. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to flip it to the other side. I know it's hard to see because the yarn is so dark, but I'm going to go back into the other part of the loop and I'm going to make an increase. So there should be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to increase here. So 1 increase. So that's 1. And then a single crochet. 1, 2, 3. So 1 increase and then 3 single. That should take you back to the beginning. So now we're going to make an increase on that first chain. So 1, 2. And then you're going to go into those other 3 stitches, regular. 1, 2, 3. And this is where the increase was. You're just going to do the 2 increases here. 1, 2, 1, 2. So those are the 2 increases, and then you're going to do singles to get to the beginning, which are the 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. This brings you back to the beginning where the 2 increases were, so you're going to do the 2 increases here as well. 1 increase, and then 2 increase. So that brings you back to where you started. So now I'm going to do just a gradual increase, which is single, double, single, double, single, double, till I get back to the beginning. So let's see, single, double, or increase, sorry. So when you get here, we'll see how it looks. Single, increase, single, increase, single, increase, single, increase, single, increase. And this is where I started. So, starting to increase. This time, I'm going to do 2 singles and then 1 increase till I get back to the beginning. So we're making a gradual increase. And I think after that, I'm going to start making it like turn into more of a little cup. Okay, so 2 singles, 1, 2, and then an increase. 1, 2, increase. 1, 2, increase. 1, 2, increase. Remember, increase means you put 2 in the same stitch. So 1, 2, increase. 1, 2, increase. And then I'm gonna, this is my last set as I get back to beginning. 1, 2, increase. So at this time, I'm going to see how that looks on my turtle. I might choose to do one more increase and then start making the cup, because he's kind of thick right here, you know, he's chunky. I'm sorry, he's kind of chunky right here, so I might just do one more increase and see how that looks. And if it's too much, then I might just go back and just continue making the cylindrical part. Okay, so actually, I think this is good. I'm going to just do a single crochet all the way around, maybe 2 rounds, and then I'll start to fill him in a little bit. I'll cover the back real good. So I'm going to do single crochets all the way around. It's hard to gauge because it depends on the yarn you use. Sometimes you might need to do an increase and sometimes you don't. But in this case, I think I'm just going to do single crochets 2 or maybe 3 rounds to see how it fits him. Just like anything else, you're just going to have to, you know, try it on him and see how it fits. So I'm going to pause the video here. I'm going to do maybe 2 rounds, see how it fits on him, and then if not, I'll just continue making one more round to make sure it covers him real good. So I'll see you right back here, maybe after 2 rounds of single crochets all the way around. Okay, so I ended up making about 2.5 rounds to make it fit him really nice. It's turning out pretty cute. So I'm just going to measure it right here. I'm going to stop right here and make 6 chains so it can loop around his one of his legs. And then when I get to this side, I'll do 6 chains to loop around that leg. So I'm going to do 6 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then to keep it real tight, I usually loop it back in the same stitch. And then I continue all the way around. So I like to do 6 chains to make that little loop. You do whatever you think fits your turtle the best. You might need to add another stitch or 2. It really depends on the size or the kind of yarn that you use. So to me, crocheting is really doesn't have to be like perfect size stitch sometimes, especially if you're making toys, because it really depends on your yarn. So I like to just fold it in half like this and then eyeball it. So this is about half or the other side. So what I do is I fold it, you know, I fold the shell in half and try to make it work that way. So I'm going to go one more, and then I'm going to make 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to go back into that same stitch because I like it real tight. And then I'm going to do one more stitch. And then I'm going to try the shell on the turtle to see how well it fits. So one arm, pull it around to the other side. It turned out pretty good. So it fits pretty well. There you go. That's the beauty of yarn. It kind of stretches, and if it's too snug for you, I would, add another stitch, but I think it's okay for this guy. So, pretty cute. So from here, I'm just going to fasten off, cut the yarn, and then I'm going to hide the yarn in here somewhere. So here's the beginning of the whole shell. What I do is I like to hide that too inside so it doesn't become loose So this is it. I'm just going to do a slip stitch, pull through, cut my yarn, and then I'm going to fasten off somehow and hide the yarn, and then come back to see the final product. Okay? Okay, there you have it. Mr. Booty Turtle with his beautiful blue shell. I hope you guys like the tutorial. Hopefully you'll be able to make lots of cute little booty turtles to add to your collection. Hope you had a great tutorial with this project. Take care, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!